Good morning. Hopefully you can hear me and the alarm going off. Somebody just pop a comment in the box just to make sure. Oh my God. Okay, good morning. So, hope you're well, guys, and good morning to you. There's sounds going from every street corner almost and from the building. The alarm just started to go off the minute I went to press live, so I hope to God we don't have this for the duration of the practice, but who knows? I think Facebook doesn't want me to do these. I deleted WhatsApp off my phone also, so hopefully this will be an uninterrupted hour. But look, we'll just have to make do with what we have, and hopefully the sound isn't as loud for you guys at home as it is for me here. So this morning's practice is slow and strong. I'm going to focus quite a bit on spine and shoulders. There'll be some balance kind of interwoven throughout, everybody's favourite. I've put in one or two kind of challenging transitions with the balance poses, so just be really mindful. There might be lots of wobbling. Wobbling is not a bad thing because it really helps us just to awaken some of the muscles in the body, helping to kind of constantly restabilize us. So there's a little bit of a dance there. You can change up that transition, use your hands on the floor if you need to, just kind of feel your way through. Remembering just to not push your edge too much. If you're feeling, if you're tired, if there is any sensitivity in the body, any discomfort this morning, just please always take care of that. We'll start our practice in a seated position. So whatever you want to come into, we will be in Sukhasana for the first couple of postures. So you can take that variation. I would maybe suggest a bolster or a block underneath your hips, just to give them a little bit of elevation. Just let the hands come to rest on your knees. You can have the palms open to the ceiling, to the sky, or they may wish to turn down and just rest. Close your eyes. And just allow yourself a few moments to settle. Oh. As you settle here, just welcoming in the sounds. The sounds from within your environment at home, whatever space you're practicing in this morning. And the sounds that may be transmitted here through the phone from my environment here in city centre of Cork. And welcoming in any smells, any scent if it's lingering in the air. Noticing the temperature of the air on your exposed skin. And finally, settling your attention on your breath. notice what it feels like to simply sit here this morning. And breathe. And if anything's distracting you, welcoming it into this experience. And let the breath eventually begin to descend down towards the root, the floor of your body. You may wish to deepen the in-breath ever so slightly, lengthening the out. If you are familiar with an ujjayi breath, the oceanic breath of sound, you're welcome to introduce this into your practice. And if you are unfamiliar, don't worry about it, just continue to breathe a little deeper than your natural flow of breath. Letting your chin now begin to dip down towards your heart, so the back of your neck begins to lengthen here. Slowly start to draw the arc of the right collarbone. And let the chin come all the way back down towards your chest. And start to draw the arc of the left collarbone. Right collarbone, left collarbone. Once we draw the arc, that right collarbone, now allow the ear to tilt towards the shoulder. And just pause here for a moment. Circle the head back as the throat opens, left ear to left shoulder. Pause here for a moment. Circle the head back, right ear, right shoulder, pause for breath. Circle the head back, left ear, left shoulder, pause for breath. And your chin come all the way back towards the heart. Keep the chin as it is. Take your left fingertips to the head of your right shoulder. Cross the forearms, right fingertips to left shoulder. Create a little bit more flexion of your upper back as you round. Inhaling, we're going to rotate towards the right. Come back to center. Rotate towards the left. Come back to center. Rotate towards the right. Take a gentle side bend to the right. Lift the breastbone up towards the ceiling as we bring the upper back into extension. Come all the way over to the left and back towards center. Inhaling, rotate to the left. Side bend left. Pause for a moment. Start to lift the breastbone. Find that extension, heart lifting, coming all the way to the right side and back to your start position. Release the fingertips from the heads of your shoulders. Keep your forearms crossed. Take your right hand to your left knee and your left hand to your right knee. Create a little bit more flexion out through the whole spine as you begin to tuck your tailbone under, sink your belly button back. Keep the crossing of your arms. Inhale here. Take your left hand out. You're going to take your left hand behind you and up on the diagonal. Reaching up into your fingertips, open the chest. As you exhale, sweep the arm back and place your left hand back onto your right knee. Two more like this. Inhale, arm sweeps up as we open here. Exhaling, sweep the arm back across. One more time, inhaling. Exhale. Squeeze those upper arms towards one another. Lift the arms up, bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Take an eagle rock here. Left arm is hugging into the right. Inhale, fingertips are going to reach up towards the ceiling. Lift the elbows here and allow for a little bit of that opening of the upper back. Exhaling, draw the elbows now in towards your belly button as we find that rounding, that flex position. Inhaling as we take the arms up, lift the back of the heart up, lift the heart up. Elbows reaching as high as you can, as is comfortable for the shoulders here this morning. And one more time, you're going to exhale as you round, draw your elbows in towards your navel. Release the arms, this time swap it out, take the right over the left. Tuck your tailbone under, draw your belly button in and keep your chin in towards your chest. Take your right arm this time, you're going to inhale, sweep it up on the diagonal, opening here. Exhaling, arm sweeps back, across, hand reconnects with knee. Inhale, opening. Exhale. Inhale to open. Exhale. Eagle rock, keep the squeezing here of the creases of the elbows. Once the forearms come up, maybe we grab the opposite hand or we just squeeze the back of the forearms together. Inhaling, elbows are going to lift, fingers are lifting towards the ceiling. Feel more of an opening here through the spine, lifting from the back of the heart. As you exhale, start to round and draw your elbows in towards your belly. Inhaling as the arms sweep up, lift the heart, lift the breastbone. Exhaling as we curl them around. Last one, inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling as the elbows come up in the line with your shoulders, and exhale as you release your arms. Come to tabletop position, all fours. Knees are going to come underneath the hips. We're going to drop down onto the elbows, so modifying our tabletop here. Focusing on the movement now of your lumbar spine, of your lower back. Once the elbows come underneath the shoulders, really firm down into your forearms and see if you can lift the armpits up away from the earth. Create a little bit of a rounding into the upper back. Chin is going to come in towards the chest. Tops of your feet are going to press down. Inhaling, you're going to lift the tailbone up and allow the lower back to arch. Don't let that movement ripple up any higher than the lumbar. Exhaling as you begin to tuck your tail, rounding into the lower back. Inhale, tail lifts. Feel the curve here in the lower back, lower spine. Exhaling as you tuck. Inhaling, lift the tail. Feel the pelvis moving. Exhaling as we round. One more time, inhaling. Exhale. Start to shift your gaze forward towards your fingertips. We're taking the movement now into the shoulder blades, into the scapula. As you sink your chest towards the floor, see if you can pinch your shoulder blades in towards one another. Lift the chest up away from your mat. Feel the shoulder blades broaden away from the spine. Sink the chest down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Draw the shoulder blades apart as you lift the space in between up. One more time, sink the breastbone down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Broaden the shoulder blades apart as we lift up. Pull your bum now all the way back into your heel. Slide your hands so the heel of your hand is aligning slightly forward of your knees. Keep your fingers spreading here. Tuck the tailbone under and allow for rounding here of your lower back. We're going to try and get some isolated movement into your T-spine, your thoracic. We don't get a huge amount of extension, so just feel it out and see if we can just bring the brain into that part of the spine to get some isolated movement, some freedom. If you think of moving from that breastbone as you inhale, draw your breastbone forward and then think of lifting your breastbone up towards the ceiling. Feel it broadening across the heart, the chest. And then exhaling as you start to sink your breastbone back in between your shoulder blades. And let the chin just slightly soften down towards the heart. So pull the breastbone forward and then begin to lift the breastbone up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as you sink your breastbone back in between your shoulder blades. Let the chin just slightly soften down. We'll do that one more time. Noticing if the lower back is moving here or not. It can be really challenging to try and isolate the two. Sink your bum right into your heels. Be really conscious now on your last round. Inhaling, breastbone forward, breastbone lifting. Exhaling, sinking back, chin in towards your chest. Inhaling as you come back to neutral. Walk your hands forward, curl your toes, come to a down dog. Take a few moments here just to wiggle yourself around in down dog, bending from one knee to the other. You might want to just drop the heels side to side, take a little bit of a kind of a twisty side bend here. Let the head move. And then come to a static downward facing dog. As you spread your fingers, create that external rotation of the upper arm bone, allow the eye of the elbow just to begin to wrap a little bit more forward, but keep the grounding of your index knuckle. Softly bend into your knees and really exaggerate the anterior tilt of the pelvis, the lift of your tail. Feeling that arch through the lower back here. And then nice and slowly as you inhale, you're going to start to straighten your knees as your hips lift as high as they can. Now draw your belly and your front ribs in towards your back ribs, keeping the rounding here. You're going to slowly start to come forward into a plank variation. Softly bend the knees, start to lift the tail as we push ourselves back into a bent knee down dog. Inhaling, start to straighten the knees, press right down into the big toe mound of your foot. Start to tuck under from your tailbone, drawing the front ribs up. Let that movement ripple up through the spine, and the head is the last thing to look forward. Take a bend back into your knees, start to lift the tail. Slowly, slowly, slowly push yourself back into that hovering down dog. Head is the last thing to look towards the knees. One more time. Inhale, straighten your knees, lift your hips as high as you can. Start to tuck under from your tail, riding forward into that top of a plank position. Look forward. Soften into the knees. Lift the tail as you sink back into down dog. Coming forward for the last time, changing things a little bit here. I want you to really now exaggerate that rounding here, that tucking of the tail. Once you come forward into that plank position, we're going to hold, maintain here. Now squeeze the buttocks a little bit. You're going to slowly drop your hips down towards the mat, staying on the balls of the feet, and then think of pulling your breastbone through your arm bone. Really keep that tail tucking under posterior tilt to the pelvis as you look up now towards the ceiling. Exhaling, let the hips lift. Come all the way back into a traditional downward facing dog. Take a pause here, take a breath. So that's like an up dog variation here. One more time, soften into your knees. Inhale, come right up onto the balls of your feet. Start to find that tucking of the tail as we round a little bit more into the lower back. Rippling forward into that position of plank pose, looking forward. Now keep that squeeze, the tuck of the tail as the pelvis begins to sink down towards the mat, giving a little bit more support for the lower back here. Think of then drawing your chest through the arm bones, finding a little bit of that extension in the upper back as we look towards the ceiling. Exhaling, let the hips lift, gliding back, find your down dog. Well done. Inhale, come high up onto your tippy toes, soft bend into your knees. You're going to look forward as you exhale. Step or walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Keep a soft little bend into your knees, belly, ribs. You're going to rest over your thighs, let the arms hang nice and free here for a moment. Maybe nod your head side to side, making sure the neck feels free. Bend a little deeper now into your knees, almost like you're taking that bum down into a seat. Weight will come back a little bit more into the heels so that your toes are light. Slowly you're going to start to roll the spine up, coming up one vertebrae at a time. Once you fully restack the spine, pull your arm bones back, press your hips forward, lift and open your chest. Exhaling as you restack, bring your chin back in towards the heart. Let the heads of your shoulders roll forward. And one more time, you're just going to roll your spine all the way back down. Keep your knees soft. Once you roll yourself down, come onto the back of your hand. So for some of you, you might go really deep with your knees here. Make a little fist and then spread your fingers back. A little bit of pressure on the back of the hand. Make a fist, spread the fingers. Watch the weight, don't come too far into your toes. Let your weight be more on the heels. One more time, make a fist. Release your fingers. Slowly roll your spine back up, initiating the movement from the tail. Let it roll through your mid-back, through your upper back. And then finally, let the head be the last thing to uncurl. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And bring your feet a little closer together. You're going to bend your knees. Chair pose with a difference. So once you bend your knees, squeeze your inner thighs together. Watch that we're not tucking the tail under too much, or we're not overarching the lower back, trying to find a neutral position here. Sink your weight even further back into the heels as you bring your bum a little lower to the earth. Squeeze the inner thighs together, firm your outer hips in, crossing your left forearm over your right forearm. From here, as you inhale, you're going to pull your elbows straight back and feel the shoulder blades squeezing towards one another. Stretch the arms straight back behind you. Think of firming your hands into a block. Spin your palms now away from one another, sweeping your arms all the way up by the ears, nice and slowly. Crossing left forearm over right forearm. Pull the elbows back. Stretch the arms straight back, hold it here. Weight's going to transfer into the right leg. Keep the squeeze of your hands. Draw your left heel up. Take your left foot up away from the mat. Keep the deep bend into the right knee and start to slowly extend back with your left leg. Chest will come more forward. Keep bending into that right knee, bringing the ball of your left foot down. Slow transition. Inhale. Take your arms up. Bend into your left knee. Bring it to the earth. Exhale. Cactus arms. Elbows wide. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Lift the left knee. Take the arms all the way back as you exhale by the outer hips. Inhale. Left knee down. Arms reaching up. Exhale. Cactus arms. Inhale, lift the left knee, arms reach. They sweep all the way back as we exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here. Firm those outer hips in. Inhaling, arms sweep up, left knee to the earth. Exhale, cactus arms, take a hold. Think of pulling your right heel towards your left knee towards your right heel. Keep lifting the breastbone, pull the elbows back, opening the heart. for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come all the way to the earth. Untap your toes, stretch out with your left hand. Left wrist in line with shoulder, bend your right knee. Lift the right foot towards the ceiling. Aim your right toes towards your left hand. Look up towards the sky. Pause here. Now press a little bit more firmly down into that left arm bone as you look up. Opening here through the front of the hip. Keep your knee drawing up and open. One more breath. Exhaling, slowly release. Once your thigh bone comes down, reach back into the right toes. Swap your arms out. Bend into the left knee. Pull the heel into your palm. Hover your left foot. Left toes towards right fingers. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Nice deep opening here from the front of the shoulder. Getting right into the pec. Press into the right hand as we start to release the left leg. Stretch back into your left toes. Once both of your feet are pressing down into the earth, draw the lower belly up and away. Fingertips in underneath the heads of the shoulders. Inhaling as you lift the breastbone, take cobra pose. We'll exhale as we lower down. Inhaling to lift. Exhale as we lower. One more time. Inhale as you lift. Peel your heart and your head up. Exhale to lower. Curl both toes under. Use the strength now of your arms, whole body, one straight line, straight to plank. Inhale here. Exhaling as your hips lift up and back for downward facing dog. And just settle here for a moment. Maybe you wish to close your eyes. Right leg, take it up, three-legged dog. Exhaling, step the right foot forward, and in between your hands, drop your left knee to the earth. Untap your left toes, inhale, press into the right leg to pull the hips back, reach the arms to the sky. Circle the arms all the way back behind you, interlace your fingers here. Draw your shoulder blades in towards the back of the heart, keep your breastbone lifted. Curl the back toes under, lift your back knee up away from the mat. Send your chest more forward, keep the squeeze of your hands. Left leg is going to come into a flow for a warrior 3 variation. Bending into the right knee, bend into your left knee, step your left foot next to your right foot. Squeeze your inner thighs together here. Inhaling as you stand tall, open the chest, look up. Exhale as we come down into a forward fold. Lift the elbows or the knuckles up away from your lower back, drop your head. Next exhalation, squeeze your inner thighs together, sink your bum down. Release the gripping of your fingers here, cross your right forearm over your left, bring opposite fingers to shoulders. Inhale, pull your elbows straight back, feel the squeeze of your shoulder blades. Reach back into your fingertips. Spin your palms away from the outer hips, swing your arms all the way up by the ears. Crossing right forearm over left. Elbows pull straight back. Reach back into your fingertips. Pause here. Ground the weight into the right leg, left heel comes to lift. Left leg comes up into a hover, toes pointed. Slowly pull the right heel or left heel into your bum. I was going to say your right bum. Left heel into your left buttock, and we'll slowly transition. Chest forward, leg starts to stretch back. Make sure the right knee stays bent and bring the ball of the left foot down. Inhaling as you take your arms. Did I do this side already? I forget. I did too, didn't I? Left foot is forward. Shit, okay. You know what to do. If I've gone wrong, fix it out yourself. Okay, you're going to come down here, take the back knee down, and we'll meet with the arms in cactus. Curl the back toe, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, arms up, sweep the arms straight back with the outer hip, firm those hips in. Slowly bend back into the right knee, arms reach up. Cactus the arms. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Take the arms straight back behind you. Back knee down, arms reach, cactus. Inhale, arms stretch up. Take your back knee, sweep the arms back with the outer hips. Knee comes down, this time we're holding our cactus. Arms reach up, bend out, your elbows open out. Pull the left heel towards your back knee forward. Keep the breast bone lifting. Shoulder blades squeezing in towards one another. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, ground the palms, lift your back knee, step back from your plank, pause here. Grip your fingertips. Pull the pubic bone a little bit more towards your sternum. And exhale, lower down. Slowly, 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 slowly come all the way to the earth. Take a bend into your right knee. Right arm, reach it forward. Spin your thumb down so your palm faces away. Take the arm all the way back. You're going to hold onto the right ankle. Kick your ankle back into your hand. Lift your knee. Lift your chest. Exhale. Lower the knee. Lower your foot. Place your fingers in underneath the head of your shoulder. Bend your left knee. Take your left arm forward. Spin your thumb down. Sweep the hand all the way back. Grab hold of the ankle. Kick your ankle back into your palm as the foot begins to lift open the chest. Maybe we lift slightly higher. Exhaling as you lower. Release the support of the ankle. Release the foot. Place your fingers in underneath the head of your shoulders. Press down into the tops of the feet. This time we'll take an upward facing dog. Inhale. Thighs and shins are lifted. Now really firm the feet down, firm the hands down, and think of pulling your outer shoulders back. Lift your chest. You're welcome just to stay in a cobra if it feels more comfortable for your body. As we exhale, let the hips lift, curl the toes, and take downward facing dog. And we'll pause here for a few moments, for a few breaths. Settling back into stillness. I'm paranoid in case the video stops. Okay, we're good. Take three-legged dog, left leg leads the way. Exhale, left foot steps forward in between your hands. Drop your right knee down. Untap the right toes, inhale, reach the arms towards the ceiling. Circle the arms back as you interlace your fingers. Shoulder blades drawing in towards the back of the heart. Lifting here. Curl the back toes under, lift your back knee away from the mat. Bring your chest forward. Lean into the left leg, right leg comes into a float. Warrior 3, bend your left knee. Draw the right knee in, and then step your right foot next to your left, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, ground your feet, straighten your knees, lift your chest up. Exhaling, folding from the hip creases, coming into your forward bend. Sink your bum back down. Think of sitting back into your chair. Lift your chest. Release the clasping of your fingers. Take your left forearm over your right. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Pull the elbows straight back. Feel the life happening now in the upper back. Stretch your fingers straight back. Imagine we're squeezing our hands into that imaginary block. Spin your palms away. Sweep them all the way up by the ears. Cross your left forearm over your right. Pull your elbows straight back. Reach your fingers straight back. Spin your palms away. Keep the squeeze of your thighs. Reach the arms all the way up by the ears. Left heel is going to lift. Left foot comes to a hover. As you kick your leg back, bring your arms back by your outer hip. Warrior 3 variation. Nice and slow. We'll pause, we'll hold it here. Flex your foot pointed down towards the mat. Bend a little deeper into the right knee, and then slowly bring the ball of your left foot down. Inhale, arms are going to sweep up. Drop your left knee down, cactus your arms as you exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, pull the arms back by the outer hip. Bring the chest more forward. Inhale, arms reach left knee to the earth. Cactus your arms, exhale. Inhale, arms reach, lift the knee, pull the arms back. One more time. Inhale, knee comes down, arms reach. Cactus the arms, exhale. Inhale, arms reach. Lift the back knee, pull the arms straight back by the outer hips. Inhale, this time take the arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, take your hands to the back of your head, elbows wide. Try and drop your front ribs down, draw your pubic bone up. Little bend into your back knee. I'm just going to switch it out so you get more visual here. Now drop your left heel in the same line as your right. We're coming into a warrior two stance. Think of your front hip points lifting up a little higher. Straighten through your right leg. Tilt the right hip slightly down so the left hip comes up as we aim the right elbow towards the top of the mat. Coming into a triangle variation here. Now this is where the sequence of balance is going to start to come in. I'm going to guide the first half with your hands as they are. Feel free to release them if you need it. Come straight into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon close. So you might want to close your stance a little bit, bend into that right knee, and see if we can lift the left leg up. Pause here. Flex that left foot. Start to slowly bend now into your left knee. You're going to release your hands, take your left hand and hold your left ankle. Your right arm is going to reach towards the top of the room or towards the top of your mat, and then slowly, slowly bring your right hand to the mat, to the earth. Well done if you made it without too much wobbles. You're going to kick your hand into your foot into your hand. Hips more forward here. Take one more breath. Now release the holding of your left ankle and draw your left knee out to the left eagle pose. Hover your right fingers and begin to take your right arm over your left arm as the left leg starts to come forward. Cross the left thigh into the right, hook your toes, squeeze the arms together. Keep the squeeze of the arms, keep the squeeze of your inner thighs. Keep your bum sinking back. One more breath here. Slowly you're going to unravel your left leg from your right. Warrior pose here. Keep the arms as they are. Toes are flexed. Inner left thigh rolling up. Now bend into your right knee. Bring the ball of your left foot down and inhale here for a lunge with eagle arms. Exhale, bring your fingertips down to the mat. Unravel the arms, ground both of your hands down. Come to the pinky toe edge side of your left foot. Lift the right leg up. Slowly step the right foot behind your left. Point your toes, see if you can come to the top of the foot. Once you come to the top of the foot, you're going to lift your hips. Reach back with your right arm for a one thing variation. Slowly from here, take your right hand down. You're going to pivot on the ball of your left foot, dropping now to the inner arch of your left foot. Kick your right leg out for fallen triangle. Left arm reaches. Hover that right leg. You're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Take the left hand down, bend into your right knee. Inhale, take a three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Inhale as we lift, coming into our present. Exhale, step your left foot next to your right, squeeze your inner thighs together. Take your right forearm over your left turn again for visual. Pull the elbow straight back. Reach straight back into your fingertips. Spin your palms away. Sweeping the arms all the way up by the ears. Right forearm over left. Elbows pull back. We reach straight back. Spin the palms. Reach the arms all the way up by the ears. Hold it here. Hopefully I'll get it right this time. Left, right heel lifts. Right foot comes to a hover. Pull the heel into your bum. And then slowly, as the leg kicks back, arms will kick back. Ooh, left side for me is definitely way wobblier. Slowly now, as you bend into your left knee, bring the ball of the right foot back. Reach the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knee, cactus arms. Inhale, arms reach. Sweep them straight back by the outer hips. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach, drop the knee, cactus arms. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Sweep, exhale. Last one, take the knee down, reach the arms up. Cactus, exhale. Inhale, arms reach, lift the back knee. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. Drop the ribs down, think of the hip points of lifting. Take your back heel, find your warrior two stance here. And we'll breathe. Straighten through the left leg. Tilt the left hip down, reach from your left elbow, coming into your triangle variation. And this is just to set us up for the transition into Ardha Chandrasana, creating the same pattern with the body here. It's just the back leg is lifting from the earth. So remembering we want the toes to be pointing to the long edge of the mat, and think of the left side of your ribs wrapping under. Find the transition, bend into the knee. You might want to lunge in and see if you can find your balance. See how things are for you on this side. Slowly start to take a bend into the back knee. Take your left or right hand to the right ankle. Release the left hand. The slower we go with balance, the more stable we can be. Left fingertips to the floor. Kicking your leg back, press the hips more forward. Slowly now I want you to think of lifting, releasing the leg, hovering your hand. Kick your leg more forward, and as your leg starts to wrap, right leg wraps over left, we'll take the left arm to wrap over right again. Slow it all down. Slow, slow, slow. Slow and strong. Whoop. Slow, strong with lots of wobbles. Okay, eagle pose. I'm finding that wrap part. Okay, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the arms. Maybe we sink the elbows a little bit more into the chest here. I hope you're sweating because I certainly am. Alright, let the right leg begin to unravel itself as you stretch back into the right leg. Bending the left knee, bring the ball of the right foot down. Present. Inhale. Exhaling. Bow down, bring your fingertips towards that left foot, unravel the hands. One thing variation, roll to the pinky toe each side of that right foot, left leg behind, point the toe. Think of lifting the hips, reach the left arm up and over the ear. Left hand will come down, drop into the inner arch of that right foot, so the heel comes in towards the line of the left wrist. Take the left leg out. We're going to inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, take your hand down, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, find your three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot steps forward in between your hands. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, stepping. Inner thighs together, bring your hands to your heart. Squeeze your inner thighs, lift your heels, inhale. Nice and slowly start to bring your bum to your heels. Once your bum meets your heels, inhale, open the knees. Drop your heels down, reach your hands forward. If this is a transition that is challenging for you, bring your hands back, feel your way down. Once the bum comes onto the mat, we'll draw the legs in together. Inhale, keep your breastbone lifting here. As you exhale, let your tail start to tuck under, rounding into the lower back. You're going to slowly, slowly roll all the way down. Release both of your hands by your outer hips and separate your feet so they're hip width distance apart. Bridge pose. Inhale, we'll start with tilting the pelvis forward. Feel the lower back arching up away from the earth. As you exhale, you're going to tuck and tilt your pelvis back. Press down into your feet slowly. Roll your hips, your spine up away from the mat. You're welcome now to interlace your fingers and squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another, in towards the back of the heart. Think of your knees drawing forward towards your toes. Keep your hips lifting high. Use the strength of your buttocks here to create more extension through your hips. And we'll take one more breath. Exhaling, roll the shoulders out. Release the clasping of the fingers and let your spine roll its way back towards the earth. Place your hands on your belly. Close your eyes. And just allow yourself to connect here with the breath. Next option is we take Urdhva-dhanurasana, which is wheel pose, or you come into one more bridge. So whichever variation you choose. If you wish to follow my guidance into wheel, you're very welcome to do so, but just don't push or force anything today. We'll start with taking a bend into the elbows, bringing our fingertips to point towards our heels. And let the hands just walk a little slightly wider than the shoulders. Now, depending on how your wrists feel, what I may suggest for some is that have your hands turning very slightly out, and then think of squeezing or narrowing your elbows in towards one another. We want the same amount of effort coming from the push of our hands as we do the push of our feet in order to get us into that final push to bring us into bridge. Remembering it's not only strength that may limit us here in bridge pose, but it's a lack of mobility in the shoulders. And it really is a posture that is super challenging, very advanced. So please take your time with it. Now you're going to inhale, tilt your pelvis forward. As you exhale, tilt your pelvis back, ground into your feet. You're going to roll your spine all the way up as you come into bridge pose. Now think again here of squeezing those elbows in towards one another. Press into your feet and into your hands at the same time and come to the top of your head. If you get comfortably to the top of your head, you might walk your hands a little further back in towards your feet and again work those elbows to narrow slightly in. Grounding into your feet, into your hands, you're going to inhale. See if you can push yourself straight up into your wheel pose. You might even have your heels lifted up away from the mat. Bring your chest now towards the front of your mat. I think it's the front, yeah, or the back of your mat. Gazing down. Take 2 or 3 more breaths here if you're comfortable, or whatever variation you've chosen. Making sure that you look towards the ceiling, bending back into the elbows as you bring the head down. Roll your spine all the way back down. Bring your hands to rest on your ribs or on your belly. Close your eyes here for a moment. I know the temptation is to pull your knees into your chest, but try and just resist that for a few moments. It's going from one extreme into another. Just let the breath really settle, as that alone is enough to support to release the system, the body. Backbends always make me smile. Just notice how you feel. And just let the hands release, place them down alongside the outer hips. Draw the knees in, but lift the legs towards the ceiling. Press down into the upper arms, lift your lower back away from the mat, and you're going to slowly roll the spine down. Let your legs start to come towards the mat, lift your head. And going forward. And once you bring your arms towards your toes, you're going to let your feet come down. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as you fold forward. Think of the breastbone lifting forward, gaze forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, open the arms back out to the sides. Take a bend into both knees. Cross the right ankle over left. Take your hands forward and you're going to step back into plank pose. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, take a cobra or an up dog. Exhaling, downward facing. Inhale, come down onto your knees. Untuck your toes. Drop down onto your left elbow, drop down onto your right elbow. I'm going to give a couple of variations here. You may wish to come to dolphin pose, where we simply have the toes curled under, the hips are lifting, the head is free and the armpits are drawing up and away from the earth, and this is your preparation for your headstand if you're working towards building a little bit of strength. If headstand is in your repertoire or it's something you're working towards, you've got some space here to do so. You might even go towards a wall. If you have forearm stand, now I'm not going to show it because I do need a wall and I have not practiced it in quite a while. So if again it's something that you're working on, you can go ahead and do so. Or you can simply just follow my guided practice here. We're going to just play a little bit around with the transfer of weight between the legs in dolphin pose. So it's just going to challenge us a little bit more, and it might be a nice preparation for forearm stand. So again, you choose what you want to play with here. Okay, so if I'm taking this dolphin variation, I'm going to put a little soft bend into my knees and think again always of having those armpits lifting away from the mat, and I'm going to walk my feet in as far as I can. Once my feet come in, again, really mindful to keep that lift up out of the shoulders, gaze towards your fingers. Now if you transfer your weight into your right leg and you start to feel yourself sink, then I would just suggest that you stay here until you can build that strength to support you. Otherwise, as you inhale, you can take the right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep your gaze towards your fingers, bend your left knee, and you might do little hop. Little hop. Little hop. You might even have a moment in the air. Lower the right leg down. Left leg lifts. This is taking a lot now for those shoulders. Bend into that knee. Inhale, little hop. Little hop. Little hop. Lower the foot down one more time. Inhale, lift the leg. Maybe we just stay static. Keep lifting up out of the shoulders. See if you can come a little further forward. Exhale, release. Left leg, inhale. Exhale to release. Bring your knees down. Whew. That took a lot for those shoulders. Okay, bring your belly, your ribs to your thighs. Whatever position you're in right now, just start to slowly make your transition down into child's pose. We'll all meet there together. Bring your forehead to the mat. And just let your hips wiggle a little bit into your heels. You can tilt or sway your head side to side a little bit. Slowly let the head ribs and belly come up out of your thighs. Place your hands on top of your thighs for a moment here. Just close your eyes. Just noticing what's present now in your body. What you feel as you sit here after your practice. Strong practice here this morning. And you can maybe choose to continue to sit, or you may choose to come to resting on your back body for a few moments in Sukhasana. Whatever option. And we'll just share this space in silence together. Maybe where you are right now, the sun is shining outside. Or if you are like me in the city of Cork, the rain is just beginning to kick off again. Maybe you can hear the birds. Can we listen in the silence? Allowing us to continue to be present with the moment, to be present in our environment, internal and external. Whether you're still resting on the earth, or maybe you're in a seat, just begin to prepare your body now for a little bit of movement. And just take your time, and we'll all meet here in a comfortable seat. And if you have space and time to just continue resting as you are, I do invite you to do so. Make the most of this quiet, still space while you have it. And we'll join with the palms resting on the front of the heart. And letting your head just bow forward and taking a moment here to close your practice with an intention, the moment of gratitude, with a simple acknowledgement. And from my heart to yours, wishing you a beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you, Neil. What I would just like to say before I turn this off, I was requested by